guys! How's it going? It's Alpha! It's Alpha! Oh my gosh! Hi, buddy! Hi! Oh my god! Oh my god, Alpha's here! Hey! Hey there, folks! Welcome back to Abyssos 14 Endwalker. In the last part, we wrapped up the patch 6.2 story. And now it's time to find Alpha! Oh my god, this is Alpha location for Endwalker! No, Alpha! Alpha! Hi, buddy! Hi! Oh my gosh. It's Alpha! Oh my goodness. Oh no. The alpha rule of alpha has to be a thumbnail, but we're gonna have a different thumbnail. Help! Sorry for the picture noise, but Alpha! Okay, we're gonna take a little moment here to enjoy Alpha because... Hi, buddy! Yay! Anyway, since we finished up the story, we found Alpha. I mean, this was totally accidental, by the way. I just happened to look and I'm like, wait, Alpha is right there. Yeah. So, anyway, we are here to not just find Alpha, I promise, even though I'm like, we've now spent 2 minutes on Alpha, and we realizing he's here. We're here because it's time for the raid series. An unwelcome visitor. I love you, Alpha. Give you more heart. Oh, come on, Ada. Arya, I've made a breakthrough. After uncountable days and nights, I finally hearkened to the crystal's whispers, and I must say... Professor Claudian, where are your manners? Well, I understand all too well your enthusiasm. I must remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Ah, yes, of course. My apologies, Arya. I'm being consumed. I mean, I just freaked out over finding Alpha for 2 minutes, so... I don't know the Endwalker positions for Alpha, but here's one of them. I've been consumed by my research for so long, I'm afraid I have quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. In that case, perhaps we should start from the beginning, with a crystal set adrift upon the ethereal tides containing the memories of a party yet unknown. It cried out for deliverance from Pandaemonium, where the ancients kept volatile creations under lock and key. You yourself witnessed the power devouring the facility from within, the advent of a divine monstrosity wrought from a mythic beast and powerful mage. Fortunately, your martial prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions, Themis and Erichtonios, was sufficient to restore order to the Circle of Asphodelos, but the greater threat remains. The depths of Pandaemonium, presence yet stirred, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal in the process of the anomalous etheric signature, which I believe arose from the memories stored within. Analysis of this pattern suggested the feeling of loss or yearning, specifically the yearning to be made whole, and indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature. Only mean that another such crystal exists in our time. So, my friend, I must depart to search for it forthwith. By tracing the matching etheric signature to its source, I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out only by us, or will Arya grace us with her protection? I'm afraid she has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Rosinad. Namely to seek out the secret crystal eye nestled within Pandaemonium, where this all began. With all that we have heard, it appears that time travel from the crystal tower is not fluid. As to say, one can but travel in predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion in case there are any unanticipated changes. as for you, my loyal assistants, I would ask you to remain here and continue cataloging my ancient creations. Can't mean, do you intend to search for the crystal on your own? Why, yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I've already commissioned a ship and pilot for that very purpose. I trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. When progress is in sight, Professor Cloudy intends to become blind to all else. Indeed, and now he has been worse than usual. Well, I cannot fault him for his excitement. Alpha's right there. I mean, who can't be excited? I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems low to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor has been able to capture its ethereal yearning. Served only to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely, after some time, he'll come to remember how valuable we are. This crystal seems to be a simple enough matter. Let him have his adventure. On his return, I'm certain he'll be back to his usual self. As for you, Arya, maybe best to return to Pandaemonium, as Professor Claudian suggested. Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandaemonium requires you to pass through Abyssos, correct? There is something I would have you investigate in my stead. While those creations combined within Pandaemonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that's their full story. Barring exceptional cases, they must have been under observation in Abyssos before being consigned to their shackles. If you know anything about the ancients, is that they would have kept thorough records of the results. Ah, brilliant. Delving into those records may shed light on the creatures Arya has yet to encounter. Theory proves correct. Well, there are no guarantees. It certainly beats the current strategy of rushing forward blindly, only her strength to carry the day. For your own sake as well as ours, please unearth what information you can. He's still here. Hi, buddy. Hi, I love you. You're pretty awesome, Alpha. How's it going, buddy? You're so cool. I'm gonna have to leave you now, though. I have to go back to the past. You okay? I still love you, though. You're pretty cool. Bye, Alpha. Bye. I'll miss you. I hope to find you again. I'll miss you, Alpha. He probably won't be there next time I'm there. Cry. Oh wait, where am I going? Oh, it would have been faster to go this one. Oh my gosh. I need to figure out side quest timing. Probably after 6.5, honestly. Let's do the big math of them again. What? That's then, not now. You seek records of Pandaemonium's creations. Master Tempest has just finished perusing the very same. I should not be surprised if we arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I've stayed here traveling and glean what information I could. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives, but perhaps I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we, for I have undone the warding sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here merely to chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandaemonium's protective wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Ericthonius' capacity to keep watch over Asphodelos while I'm away. Works diligently to master internment, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought best to give him time to hone his craft. In since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you to accompany me while I attend to another matter. Or idle suspicions I would like to chase down. Rest assured that shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come, let's greet me as near the nearest to Pandaemonium. Hello, Remus Alpha. You made the unexpected. Hi, I'm gonna be in this video. Not that I'm mad. Alpha's cool. Wow, I need to finish this map. Jeez. Are we there yet? Basically, yes. As I pondered our expedition to Pandaemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warders we encountered felt for La Habrea, whether it be for good or ill. Hesperos and Erictonius were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looked to his father with bald hatred. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions toward a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude towards my mother and father, yet we are all equals in the larger picture of the star. This view is not unique to myself. It is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, researchers of Pandaemonium seem to view La Habrea with a feeling approaching obsession. Whether driven by love or hate, they all have been drawn to him. There were many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. I decided the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my question to a member of the wards of La Habrea. My apologies for having kept you waiting, Master Themis. I understand you are conducting an investigation of Pandaemonium and wish to know of its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandaemonium was built directly under Elpis. The facility is overseen by the wards of La Habrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? First, I thought it would be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which were deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into their new homes. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of the creations were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the wards of La Habrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited information, I cannot but feel that the Academia and Nider would have been a more fitting locale. What does Elpis have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions, and one we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandaemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now. As you surmised, the majority of creations kept within Pandaemonium were sent from Elpis. As the years passed, interests changed, failures in creation deemed too flawed to even sent to Elpis paradoxically drew the attention of Pandaemonium's researchers. That was quite the change, and in fact almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be subject of research? Master La Habrea. Such authority is reserved for the Chief Key Ward, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. If Pandaemonium's resources were being misused, it would be under La Habrea's authority, correct? I know not what you're suggesting, but the keywords also hold some sway within the facility. Even Master La Habrea will be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. And though I admit as of late their communication has been somewhat sporadic, we recently received a report from one of the keywords saying that all is well within Pandaemonium's halls. Really? And you are certain the keyword center? Yes, of course, our communication suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the center. Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my prying. And I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate, and it would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. All is well, a blatant lie, and to that we can both attest. Well, there are many keywords is most certainly in league with the party behind this. Let's hurry. I know not why our adversary sent that report, but 'tis plain that we must return to Pandaemonium with haste. Okay. The amount from... Well, I'm up here. I'm grabbing this. Hold on. Literally right here. There we go. Oh, I should have changed jobs. Didn't think about it. My bad. Wasting experience. I guess is the way this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill. As does a key knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more keyword to puppet. Regardless, they have tipped their hand, and we would be remiss to leave Erictonius at the mercy of their machinations. Let's hope no harm has befallen him. I've traced these sigils countless times, yet still I lack the strength to maintain the spell. Now time works against me. I can no longer be victim to my own ineptitude. What? Who goes there? There is something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. You allow this familiar to catch you unawares. Have you set your sights so high as to forget you walk upon the earth? I know this creature, familiar of the Phoenix, but that monster is locked away. As it is, in spite of the trouble I went to in freeing it, I might add. Begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must, but with control of Asphodelos wrested from my grasp, it is simply the best I can offer you. Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find you and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. Now, there's no need for such hostility. Calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. And how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I have heard those words many times. A scolding a tutor whose student struggled to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, some seething with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone. Not even keyword Hesperos. That can only mean one thing. You still insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea. Alas, you moved to keep up. Pity that you remain behind nevertheless. What? As ever you are, always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. Excuse me, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess and common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandemonium's great experiment. Ugh, there's the affection I remember. Tell me, forever once measure up to your expectations. You shall take pride in that, and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What wish? And all shall be revealed. All this rage, this hatred is but the consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. Are you? Uninvited guests join our reunion. Seems fortune no longer favors you. Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle, let alone bowing to your will? I'm no longer a child. My faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are the heroes who brought Abyssos low, even as power divine flowed through his veins. This plain, there are worthier subjects to contend with. Thank you. If you'd shown up even a moment later, I share to think what would have become of me. There's something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There is but one person who can hold thrall over familiar creation and keyword alike. Masks of the Father. Also, hold up. I have to find this UI setting. Party list. That one? There's a HUD. What is it? Here we go. Portraits are turned off. Gone. I don't want them. Masks of the Father. Probably because they're gonna be popping up here. And so there can be but one conclusion. La Habrea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few with the wherewithal to even consider experimentation on such a scale. Only a capacity to create demigods for man and beast, with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation and the words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magics. It may serve as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could not have been done by the La Habrea, I know. You have met him, yes. Do you think he is capable of this? What are my options gonna be? Options? No. Flashbacks. La Habra is capable of far more than you know. Is he? So you believe La Habra to be a man of few scruples if it brings his goals closer in reach? That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, La Habra holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While he may not be the one to let emotion stand in on the way of his mission, I cannot believe there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Though we met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are ever unorthodox, they seem guided by a firm understanding of what is just. There's only one way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into Pandaemonium, pull back the curtain on the mystery ourselves. A wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomfiting to behold. Then we must move forwards with no excessive caution. La Habra, or whomever is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of Pandaemonium, and safely assume the other keywords won't greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let's make our way through Abyssos one careful step at a time. I shall stay by Erctonius' side in case our enemies think to target him again. Did I trouble you to take the vanguard? Thank you. As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that even should we become separate, our phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword's magic will put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily, we have you to even the scales somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. Abyssos, the fifth circle, is now accessible. Oh. Instant queue, once we actually queued it. Darn it! I just answered first. So I haven't done the third tier yet, but the second tier's music is like top tier. Oh my gosh, I've been so excited for this. So anyways, this is Proto Carbuncle. This is why you don't pick off the Carby. Anyways, steering Ray, when you see him go to a corner like this, you will want to go behind him to avoid the cleave across the arena. When he pulls up this kind of like arena dividing bit, you want to get onto the side that he's not on, because it's like a reflect. It's Carbuncle. It's reflecting. What else do you expect? Crunch is Tank Buster. We just need to avoid not being bad. This is the simple mechanic. don't be in the bad. It's kind of introducing these little stones to us anyway. Hungry. Mustard. So now Kirby is going to divide it into 4s, and we want to be in the quadrants that don't have a stone. Again, introducing mechanics. Again, the steering ray points to a corner. Get behind him. Let's play the music run. Which we kind of already went over. Sonic Howl is general AoE. Acidic Flavor. Welcome to phase 2. I don't know why I dashed towards him thinking that would do anything. But, oh my gosh, you don't know how many times that timing for going to this phase has gotten me for, you know, oh dude, wrong button. Anyways, yeah, so phase 2, we are going to be going into a lot of this more. Now there's only 1 3 square. We all kind of have to gather in here, otherwise they all go off. And Toxic Crunch, Tank Buster. So yeah, now things are a little more. The just Crunch is Toxic Crunch, which also poisons, by the way. Can't even cure it. I still even noticed that before. I just happened to see the poison line. I'm like, oh, okay. There's some poison on that. The Venom Squall, I think it's gonna be AoE. Or no, not AoE. It's gonna be this. Spread. Spread into a stack. There's our AoE. Alright, so this time around, when this stone comes out, let's not be the Tank Buster. There is going to be 3 toxic pools. We're introducing the toxic pools now. And we need to not be in their radius because they do expand out. So there's 1 safe corner. And you're now going to see these markers pop up, these crunch markers, and you have to follow it. So it's going to go there, there. You need to follow it to the safe spot. Because it's really bad if you get caught by this, by the way. And you gotta move. Oop. I was almost in the bad. Almost in the bad. So no one got caught, so unfortunately I can't show it off. But if someone does get caught, he stuns them and then goes to eat them, basically. And they just die. It's instant death. Or close to death. This time around, the stones are going to appear, but it's going to be 1 by 1 by 1. It's going to appear in all 4 quadrants. No, that was not the button I wanted to hit. As long as you know the way that they're going to go off, you can easily grab them. Searing Ray is back. Ammo, nothing new about it. And that's basically Pandaemonium 5. I don't think we're getting a 3, are we? Oh no, we do have another mechanic. This time a toxic pool is going to appear, but there's also going to be a yellow stone. And she's going to go over there. Oh my god. The melee spot is so finicky right there. And that's P5. I technically saw every mechanic, and this is what I want to do before 6.4. That's 6.4, I don't think we will see this many mechanics, to be honest with y'all. Still push you to see that last one, so. Amazed no one messed up the light thing because usually someone does. Also, I need accessories. No! Okay, I got one. I need accessories, and this is like actually upgrades. And accessories are the only slots I'm weak on right now, so actually taking gear. So this is where our research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Erictonius and I were conveyed not far from here. It seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Even alone, you are a force to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. Were the circumstances different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long, but I believe we can forgo introductions unless I've misread you. I'm all too familiar, Paragon. A charming appellation, but I'm afraid I hold no such position. No, I am La Habrea of the Convocation of 14, and the shirt I'm trying to put on is thoroughly the wrong way around. It's getting a little cold. I need to put another layer on. If you are truly who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. What is this? Now this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to ether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin ether, an unfamiliar composition besides. But of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will beget the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Erictonius' wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother, you would dare hide behind her name? Listen, well, Erictonius, we are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out? Erictonius, wait. There is a question I must need to ask first. If you are truly our La Habrea, why speak such blatant lies? Determined to defeat, are we? Say my name. Simple request. Temis, was it? Track soon forgotten, as are you. answer. La Habrea that I knew took pride in the convocation would never suffer its denigration. You sully his station with this farce. Amos, what are you saying? La Habrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real La Habrea would never call me by the name Temis. What troubles have you gotten yourself into, Elidibus? Imposter, you have no right to claim that form, that mask. What? Who? Twas a mask that's sick of me to wear. Mask of La Habrea, a man who values his position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty. Yet you would assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right, and your worth you may have hinges on what that which you so despise. Sorry, Dandelion Fluff is trying to fly on my face now. Such trite provocations, I would not be goaded into finishing this ere my work is done. Erictonio, so listen well, I'm Hephaestus. And it is I whom you shall call father. What in the name of creation? We would do well not to stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe an explanation is in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. Ah, that sounds more like the La Habrea I know. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the convocation emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. I had a feeling. Your perceptiveness does not surprise me. When the time comes, it shall make my explanation all the easier to understand. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let's do as La Habrea suggested and return to the gates. We can speak there. Please help him. Save him. Hey, I heard the right one. As you're aware of by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azem and I detected irregularities in Pandaemonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as conducted my research. I'm sure La Habrea as well is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Although neither Azem nor I had ever met you in the flesh, I came with her highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. But somewhere in the world, a guiding star so similar to herself was out there, amused Azem to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in her heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I have heard stories that Mistress Renat, who held the position of Azem previously, journeyed with a familiar much like yourself, and made the decision to trust you all the easier. She, too, now dons the white robes of an advisor. She placed her absolute faith in you. I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware, though, I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I merely wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of your whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that. Oh good, we get some free materials. I'm so excited. A keyword's goal. The keyword's jail. Wow, I couldn't even read. I see the G and L and like goal. No, jail. I don't know how long it's been since last we spoke, Lahabre. In truth, yeah. Told I hope we never would again. But I see now that I was a fool to think that I would ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself Lahabre? Why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe you've only just now found out such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandaemonium. Did you think matters would simply sort themselves out? I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware of the anomalies occurring within Pandaemonium, including the fact that Azem and Elizabeth had taken it upon themselves to investigate. So no reason to insert myself into the situation. For a time, that was. Imagine my surprise when instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received a communication from one of the keywords saying that research and operations were proceeding as usual. Well, Hephaestus's deception was almost childish in its simplicity. It became plain to me that your grasp on the situation was slipping. So you knew of his existence from the beginning. I can hardly imagine you would suffer another to masquerade as one of the convocation. Not without good reason, at least. As you well know, the name Lahabre is but a marker of my station. It is not the name I was born with. Abyssos has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half, in a matter of speaking. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way, yet within his heart is naught but greed, envy, and desire. All the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. What you say is true. What purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry, reminder of the days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him steal away for good. It seems time has a way of unearthing the shame we bury. When he spoke of my mother, he looked at you with a venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so? His words were but the ramblings of a tortured mind. The hatred and despair he endured has warped his view of the world irreparably. And now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandaemonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword of Pandaemonium, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed. What? Would leave the other warders to their doom? A choice befitting Lahabre. Do you disagree? You speak of duty, and ours is to guide our star and its inhabitants upon the correct course. No surprise you would choose annihilation of Pandaemonium if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yeah, as you can see by Arctonius' response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Azem and I grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. That's precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. It was the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble yourself with that further. The chief keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elizabeth, are of no consequence. Have you taken even a moment to consider another path? No. You spared nary a thought for aught but yourself and your duty. You have no idea of the trials we've endured, the foes that Arya has stood against. Arya, is it? A being of such ether as I've never seen. What are you? She is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to her stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to their cells. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Arya. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon our circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment. What was that you said about being an emissary? It's brilliant. Elizabeth, the emissary, may speak out on our behalf. Should he judge our approach the more sound, even La Habrea would be compelled to listen. As Elizabeth, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis can carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes. I do. Even so, you've walked with us all this time, seen what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust that you'll find the best way forward. Very well. In my capacity as emissary, I shall state my judgment. At present, there are merits both in destroying Pandaemonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers, and neither is yet an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, interring any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Arya's might and Erictonius' resolve. I would ask that you see her capabilities firsthand, and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objection to immediate destruction of Pandaemonium. You needn't worry about that. We won't fail. You are older than I remember. And you're even more tedious than I remember. Arya, come find me when you've finished. Erictonius is understandably frustrated, but if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear heads. Bray lended ear to his trouble, then their weight might be lightened. All the way down there! Oh my gosh. You do have my gratitude, ill-fit as I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, La Habrea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. When at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other key wards did all in their power to restore order. Even though they could have chosen escape, they remained to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see the facility erased from the world, and they don't deserve to be abandoned simply for carrying out their duty. Besides, Abyssos had secrets yet untold, secrets that we bury, the Pandaemonium were reduced to rubble. I mean to uncover the truth behind his words. The truth of my mother. While the Habrea was quick to dismiss his claims, I failed to see what Abyssos would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they feared saying more, in fact. Even if it was not La Habrea that felt the final fatal blow, we've seen with our own eyes how quickly he put their mothers to die. Only wish to know at last what befell her. What do you think, Arya? Does the La Habrea you know have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duties with another's blood on his hands? He once used my ally as a vessel for his own twisted ends. That was the answer I was looking for before. What would possess him to do that? Even for La Habrea, such an act would be a black mark against him. If it were made known, I can't imagine how much your ally suffered. But his plan, there is much to consider. Thank you, Arya. It's easy for me to get carried away by emotion where he's concerned. We should focus on the task at hand, proving it to La Habrea that we are capable of saving Pandaemonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that will be to regain control of Abyssos. Although I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about these depths than any of us. And seeing as how we require every advantage we can afford, Arya, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities, and may deign to help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. And back we go. This time we actually can't ride a mount. See, this is why I forget that you can ride a mount in those special areas, because then you get areas like this where it's like, no, denied. You shall not ride your mount. Erictonius appears to have a deep trust in you, and Elibis tells me you share some relation to Azem. Your unusual ether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I've seen, even among the countless concepts I have observed. I think I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand. Azem never ceases to surprise. Previous Azem was much the same. Taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotions and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. Just as you and Elizabeth conducted yourself in this matter. The true danger of Azem's nature is its tendency to infect all those he comes into contact with. Blah, 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 blah. Him itself said much the same. Trust that I shall do naught that would violate my duty. And yet you so frivolously invoked your authority as emissary to justify this little excursion. It matters little, however. Only your deeds can speak for you now. You wish to know more about Abyssos, I take it. Though I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. Chief keywords reach as far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creations of note. Perhaps they have been made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they have been transferred into the deeper circles. Ugh. If Abyssos would never allow you safe passage, he has left a trial for you to overcome. I speak of hegemon, keyword of Abyssos. While her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted in magic and blessed with a highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her still, there is something else at work. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she's already been twisted into a hematheos. Doubtless means her well. Arya, Temis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate. And if we cannot, not, we can at least seal her away until we find the means to undo the damage. Your allies make you bold, Erictonius. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. Abyssos, the sixth circle, is now accessible. Not accidentally queued up again. Oh, hi, I'm awake. Okay, fine. Abyssos is my charge, and I shall not shirk my duty. Alright. Etheric, Polyhominade. Let's hit button. Which is gonna pull this out. So you need to watch where the save spots are. Very important. We're gonna go center, and Koros XIV, which is a... Oh, shoot, right, it's that. My bad. You have to pay attention to the way she's facing. So yeah, front back, look for where she's facing, like that. I don't feel so bad anymore. Someone else did it too. Alright, so she's gonna do it again. I just forgot the movie's called, okay? That's my system sticking to it. Dark 4 is going to be General AoE. Yes. Use button. Thank you. Alright, she is going to use transmission and tether onto 4 people. And we are going to put a parasite on us. As it counts down, we will want to turn around and face it out. Temporarily lose control. Yeah, you really don't want to face that into the people. If you can really help it. I've seen so many just like standing here, you know, it's like, ow, it's right there. Synergy, dual tank buster. Sorry, this music is too good. It may be my ringtone, okay? The song might be my ringtone right now. I'll also still do my ringtone by the time this goes up, but she's bringing me back. It was a little surprised. I'm like, wait, I don't remember this movie so early. I'm like, but she's also gonna combine. Okay, yeah, no, I remember now. Yeah, she also combines it with the watch for which way she's pointing her little necky guys. Now we go for the twist. So, get ready to move. Someone has a parasite on them. parasite onto me. Anyway. Wow, I'm doing terrible containing my spot right now. Something about the song just makes me stop paying attention to the fight, okay? Alright, so this time she's gonna tether all 8 of us when she goes transmission. We need to watch for how long our debuff is. That'll decide when ours goes off. So I got in the early group. Let's space that out. You can see the other 4 have theirs, so now they need to prepare, but we also are going to have to deal with a personal AoE on top of them, you know, being lost to their parasite. Do a little tank buster again. Guard 4. Just hit that, why not? The win. I really liked that. Alright, Ethereal Exchange. Link is gonna bring those back up? Oh. Sigma. So the exchange part is important there, because this time around we need to watch which way they are going to move. So you need to look at the one that's tethered to, compare that to where the spot is, and stand in the what's going to become the safe spot. She's going to run this back again and do the exchange one more time. So this time it's exchanging with a every square is taken. So let's go ahead and get into this safe spot right there. So now I'm just going to the other side, I guess. General AoE, and that's really her main mechanics for hegemony. I can't think of any other, like, actual. Just gonna pull out the exchange again, so... Oh, right, she also likes to do it crossways, so, keep that in mind. Oh, gosh. Doing that. Oh, shit, no! I'm safe! I'm alive! Oh, no. Baby! I'm not alive. I got hit too many times. I forgot which way it was turning, okay? What can I say? I forgot which way it was turning! Oh, tank down. Oh shit, no, 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 no! I hit the wrong buttons. I guess I'm slightly rusty at her. It hasn't even been that long since I fought her last. Right, Mange? You wanna help with that raise? Okay, are they just staying, I guess? I guess they're just staying this time. Cool. It makes it easier on me. Doing this. Rotation, I guess. To my excuse! It does mark me in the game as being first time at this fight. So, I have an excuse, okay? Where are we exchanging to? Get that limit break going. Cool buster! Save me. Okay, I'm safe. That healer is not safe. And that's P6! Where I completely botched the mechanics in the middle. I blame the music. I blame the music. People are saying that was very smooth. I'm like, it was not smooth. I still need those, at least one more accessory, yeah. Oh, come on. I didn't get an accessory. Okay. Bye! We've won! The key word is steal away, and alive this time. La Habrea can't deny us now. Servant of violence. I can turn the music back down now. I might be cranking up the music on my side for these fights, okay? Our plan was a success, although I hardly need to tell you that. Hegemony has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. Excuse me. You have the right of it, and I am not so petty as to deny the achievements of those who I have to squabble with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Moreover, this being ether as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue Hemateos, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then we have leave to continue. As for that, there is one among you whose very presence with the others at risk. We best proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandaemonium. And of whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, hope alone is not enough to overcome for the weak who single misstep will send all to their doom. As long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte cannot praise his companions. That's something Arya and Timus have taught me. Whilst I do not wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path and to act before the path lies close to us. And tell me, what is it you hope for? See Hephaestus in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandaemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once and do not think to set foot in Pandaemonium again. You are capable, that much is plain, yet Hephaestus cannot be suffered to live, and I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle, this is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel, a new journey to embark upon. You cannot not be ignorant of the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else has? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. think, Erictonios? You have already explained that he is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like fools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives. What was that foolish braying about saving them? It merely performs to hide your childish devotion to your mother. Please, such barbs will get us nowhere. We should first discuss. You would call me a fool? You, who murdered your wife in service of your ambition, for the sake of the star, no doubt. I can hear it. Voice inside my head. Who to follow? Abyssos. Father. Mother. Oh, I love you so. This voice will guide me to you. No, listen not. Listen not, Erictonius. Apologies. He taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never grasp their brother. Ah, wrong target. Abyssos is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Erictonius, he made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. It was but a matter of time before it spilled forth. That was when he fell into the spell's embrace. Magic wove with such skill that Erictonius himself failed to notice it until it was too late. If this is the measure of Abyssos' power, then the other keywords had little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperos, and doubtless Abyssos' magic fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? Thought someone was trying to warn Erictonius, but whom? Could it have been one of the keywords? Alas, their warning arrived too late. Ere I provoked Erictonius past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure, and my stubbornness I could not but scorn the boy, and Abyssos knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness. There is yet time to save him. We could easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold from which to brave Pandaemonium's lowest level. Enemy is within reach. Just as with Hesperos, Erictonius is in danger of being consumed by Abyssos' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. La Habrea, pray tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssos. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. As deep level Pandaemonium is called Tartaros, and your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword. Abyssos has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expect, is where Arios shall shine. Her dissolute ether shall allow her to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Abyssos has had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise the countermeasure. And time is of the essence. Abyssos is already well aware that you can match a keyword battle. You will not stand idle when you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, 800 Tetsu. Clarity will be indispensable to our success. I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. We have yet to discern to what end Abyssos would use Erictonius. If you know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there's the matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Erictonius' feelings for his mother? While I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if we refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel it still greater pain. So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child? How dare you? No, you are right. The blame for Erictonius' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well, I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is Agdistus. He has served in Pandaemonium since its inception. Her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. Abyssos knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. Your presence makes mockery of such barrier. The scarcity of your ether means only trivial to send you right directly to Abyssos. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight and phantom allies to aid you. As for the internment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Interment shall not be necessary. From here I can sense Agdissus' essence, but is scarcely recognizable. Abyssos was more ambitious with her than he was with hegemony. She has been transfigured such that barely a scantling of herself remains. I can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. Abyssos, the Seventh Circle, is now accessible. Beastus. And yes, Scream is back. So excited. Which also means, yes, I have the same issue in this fight that I listen to the music instead of actually doing the fight. Anyways, when she has her fist up like that near her, it's gonna be, you wanna be out, and it's gonna be a little smash across thing to follow up that. Spread. Rotation! What is it? So spread, and then into the middle. Alright. So, Bowser Abyssos. It's time. Oh, wrong button. By the way. It's gonna be when they're out like that, you want to go in. Oh my gosh, I am like way off in the rotation. I need to Bowser Abyssos this time on the in. Oh my god, way off in the rotation. I am between the song and trying to talk. Alright, she's going on that side this time, so let's go to the other side and not be hit by it. And we have an out, along with these circles appearing. So you want to be in the circles when it's resolved. And not be that close. I think I was at like the threshold there. Anyways, La Habrea and Elizabeth are going to give us our little path. She's going to do Bowser Abyssos, this time with the in. Just want to be on this outer platform, really. Same deal as with the full platform. So there's the smashes across. And yeah. But Arrow 2 is going to be a dual tank buster. Spark of Life is going to be general AoE. Beware of what it might bring. So put these eggs on each platform. For this first time around, you just want to go into little bridges in between. So they're just going to do like an AoE on that platform. We've got these nonsense. Let's just follow people right now. I'm good with following people at the moment. Wrong buttons! I forgot where I was in my rotation again. Choppy News! Already forgot. Forbidden Fruit! Is gonna bring some the fruit back again. But it's gonna be different this time. It's gonna be these dashes across. Just find the safe spots. Kinda easy to follow the bridges. It does get more complicated, and don't worry, Layer 3, community research or become. Oh! The safe spot is in the middle of nowhere. It should give you ground numbers to cover. You must move deftly. Yeah, as soon as it's safe, get in that safe spot. That is completely wrong. Alright, this is the mechanic I always mess up. As those go across, get into where they started, because that's going to become the safe spot. Bowser Abyssos near. Alright. So get out. There's a lot of... Ooh, Tank just got smashed by both. Well, I just have to pay attention to where she is doing things. I mean, that's generally the game. Still. Alright. These eggs are back. It's going to be the AoE one. So, you need to spread out. Somehow. Okay. I guess I have more room. I don't ever remember how far. Again, my character is marked as being new. Okay, and we have out. Let's get max melee range. I don't actually know what max melee range is on her, so. I haven't done this amount of melee enough, I'm sorry. Also, I don't have my dot up. Me forgetting to put my dot up? Never. eggs! Eggs are gonna get more complicated this second time around on the smaller platforms. You see that there are two, and it's two little birdies. However, she is also doing the out, so get into the little corner here! I'm pretty sure the bus is coming up next. I didn't want to fully get out until I was sure, but yeah, not the greatest rotation, but I really need to practice monk more. I'm sorry. So I stopped doing that. All right, eggs, around, whatever. This time around, there's gonna be towers we need to get. Grab this one here. So you need to be out until the AoE goes off and then immediately get into the towers. Alright, bows out. Get out. And let's go this way. And that's roughly the fight. So, you know. With me messing up because, you know, I'm gonna blame the song. My excuse for messing up these two fights is always the song, okay? So at least I've gotten rid of the fact that, like, that one, like, bit hits and, like, oh my gosh, very cool. No, not cool. Like, it's the first round of, like, to say goodnight with these fights for Sandy dies. That's my reason for do I still need rings? Yeah, alright, still need accessory. It's not a good accessory! Because I can't roll for worth of... Gosh dang. Okay. The moment Abyssos was slain, the flow of ether and Pandaemonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts through which we could quickly convey ourselves. It was almost as if we were ushered here. The space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a key ward would have been able to detect it, even then with great difficulty. Ergo... Only I could restore Tartarus to order. I'm afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. It's been too long, Master Lahabrea. Likewise, Keyword Abyssos. I should not be surprised you were able to break free of Abyssos' spells, even diminished as you were. It was not an easy task, even with your aid. His curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus am I able to appear before you now, even when my body was powerless to resist Abyssos' commands. Some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance, even managed to speak to the outside world. The report, it was you. Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There is something you must know, that the tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. Forgive me for what I'm about to do, Master Lahabrea, but the story must be told. It is the only way I understand Hephaestus' fixation on Erectonius. No longer can you hide your heart away. Abyssos. No, the mark mask him. The mask marks him as La Habrea. Master La Habrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life and sealed away a part of his memories and emotions within Hephaestus. These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Erichthonius. My lesser half is now buried where none can find it. It'd be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Erichthonius believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependents make it all the more important to be open with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, and so be it. Better to be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools to be used and discarded. Even were I to tell him what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me. Wow, I'm forgetting how to read. Or with him. Should he merely hate me, I will remain unfeathered by doubt, free to serve the star far from his parent's shadow. Erichthonius loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time. Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word is a solution to life's greater dilemmas, and none despair for his own. What I've revealed to you is but a small portion of the larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you, and for Erichthonius, I hope. Thank you, Abyssos. I always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guide our star to the heavens? Abyssos has doubtless sensed that his final keyword has fallen. He should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. Abyssos was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad am I that she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. And we get more nonsense materia. One final wish. The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. Not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. This was merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. You cannot say with certainty that Erichtonius could handle the weight of such betrayal after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken up Athena's research and succeeded in creating hematoid. I know not what his ultimate end is, but 'tis plain it is connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. The rest of your story, we shall hear it after we return Erichtonius to safety, in accordance with Abyssos' last wish. Very well. I can, at least, assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple now. Abyssos can no longer bend Pandaemonium to his will. There's but one place left for him to find refuge, the black heart of Tartaros, where Athena built her testing compound. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach. Well, Habrea, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Arya's phantom warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartaros would be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it, then, that you have no intent to seal him away as before? The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, he has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistakes twice. I would not see these events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. Well then, I shall open the way forward, and we finish this together. Abyssos, the 8th circle, is now accessible. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Cute. If the DPS responds.
Erichtonius is mine, heart and soul. And with your death, none will be left to stop me. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
So this is Hephaestus. And it's fine. Me doing proper rotations? Never. I believe in them. Or something. Alright, so you might notice there's some funky lines along the floor here. Let's get out of them. Let's get away from him anyway.
Leave naught but ash in your way.
Sunforge, you want to be inside this little black line here. Like, you can see where I'm outside
sorrow
here.
into your heart.
Something fucking down. I always forget. Because some settings I haven't been using mouse, but can't remember.
I'm tired of this farce.
When paying attention back to Sunforge, it's like, yeah, I should have burped. It's fine. It's fine. Don't need to worry about it. Also, that was Tank Buster, by the way. It's a tank you laser.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Another Reaper that we got you to learn too. I think I'm 5 actually.
You
Alright,
are
go
made to be
into the shadows. And he pulls out this little poison type one. He's gonna pull out a look away. You wanna look away from those and then go. Oh, for fruit's sake. I did not look away that soon. Or look towards you that soon. Purpose fit. Some tunnels. And Turbos. I'm just gonna call it Turbos. I feel like it's Turbos. There, I did it. I'm playing, I didn't do it.
perish in flame's entrance.
Now how much he moves! Alright. There is proximity markers.
Go forth
Away from
and
them. And
shake
you need to watch where the tethers are. So. Oh, okay. This is safe right here. This is where I'm used to being ranged, okay? I was out. Okay. Here. I'm safe.
Fulgent flame my servants rise.
It's fine.
A fitting death.
Wow, I'm not doing well right now. And the flame, general AoE. I'm just like actually trying to focus on the fight. I have really no experience on melee. I really should have practiced on melee instead of range. I'm like, yeah, I should just do this so I can do range. No. Maybe not practice this much. I think I did it once on melee and then died horribly to this upcoming mechanic, actually. So please be excited.
You will know my
Blazing
rage.
Footballs is going to be a series of knockbacks. Alright. Here. Okay, I didn't mess it up. We're fine. Everything is fine. There's not many time over all over the place, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Now his mechanics are gonna be a little more stompy until he's looking back out of that stompy phase. Okay, into the middle. Pay attention.
Flesh from bone.
Head and torches. Alright, so these two flames are gonna appear. You need to follow them, like so. See which way they turn. They're turning that way, so we want to go over here and not be in those squares. And he's gonna do it this way this time, so let's go ahead and just kind of turn our camera face. And just go in there, so I need it out. I was gonna have to deal with me. I'm sorry, but I didn't have time. A room. Alright. Phoenix.
Sweet sorrow in
Phoenix
your
what?
heart.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Played by the game of that Buster, by the way. I'm doing amazing to pay attention to stuff. Yeah.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
We've seen everything? Yeah, we're back in the garden now.
You are afraid to be
Okay, I will not look towards them too soon. But no, Okay, yeah. There's the Vipers, but there's also gonna be the outer little clones doing their stuff. And one again. There's those Gorgon behind. Fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is fine. Everything's on fire. Literally, there's fire right there, y'all. Okay, everything's on fire. Nothing's fine.
Perish in flames and grace.
I want to perish. Okay, activities. I think we have action now.
Go forth and sate your boundless
Okay,
hunger.
I will pay attention. Where the serpents go. Here. Not there. Not me.
From fulgent flame my servants
Thank you.
rise.
Okay, Phoenix. In.
I'm tired of this farce.
Oh well. They would get my rotation, I guess. If you want to call this a rotation, it's something. Ugh. And that's the second tier of Pandaemonium. Try to get the ring. Okay, we got the ring. I can just leave now. Cool. Yeah, I'm like so used to just, you know, be on autopilot. Not goodness on that, not playing melee. The chain of events that led to this moment began with my heir. When out of mercy I confined you here, now I break it and leave no trace of you behind. This is not over. I see you will not go peacefully. He with a cast-off would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of the other half. The name of Abyssos shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of La Habrea once to fulfill Athena's ambition, bring Artonios' dream to life. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins, as were Antonius's. He knows not what his wish would begat, the truth which you have hidden from him. You truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate. You would claim the name of Abyssos and call yourself his father. You bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son to be by her side. He desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Athena cared not for Erictonius beyond how he could serve her ends. He claimed to be acting in his interest, but his play and you are no different. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I will silence the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son, whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I will not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You who are not but the bitter dregs of Athena and I, the very worst of us. No. How do I? Trust in La Habrea. I hear you. I owe you, Themis, an apology. Did you ever? La Habrea, I will have my say. How? His mind was mine. Can't explain. Arya's words reached me through the haze. They rang loud and clear. As the words of another, in a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. How? When do you master these bonds? Oh, we've been turned much worse. Worthless you are. It appears my failures have borne fruit after all. You did well, son. With Abyssos' essence contained in this crystal, we may safely return Erictonius above, that he would bind Abyssos with only half his senses intact. You quite understand his adeptness in the art of interment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless. Truth imperfect. I feel no traces of Abyssos' poison in your mind, for a blessing appears your body is none the worse for wear. I made my way here as soon as I could. I had no longer seen Abyssos, and the force assailing Pandaemonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? I see. Despite his muddled senses, Erectonius felt that to seal Abyssos away was the proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. Only knew something had to be done, so I acted. Was that how you dealt with Abyssos in the past? Indeed, he was not but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away. A massive ether without a material vessel. Bring its essence within the crystal was the most logical choice. On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale of Abyssos' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me. I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here, and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Wards of La Habrea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can conceive life in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though we can enhance and alter our physical vessels, we have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter those limitations. Such limitations as we're not meant to surpass. She sought to enter the realm of the gods. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fancy, considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Wards of La Habrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with creation. The weakness of one would be mitigated by the strengths of the other, and the result could be something greater than we have ever imagined. Though it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further, curious about every detail along the way. Conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something much more. I take it I was born not soon after. Just so, I believe she bore a true affection for me, was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandaemonium was built and she requested to lead the researchers, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside the relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandaemonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she could devise. When he found out what she was doing, he killed her. I made haste to Pandaemonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left Abyssos to keep watch from Tartarus' vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. As for what occurred next, 'tis best to see with your own eyes. Is that me? You are well aware that out of respect for our neighbors in Elpis, the researchers of Pandaemonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this? What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since your inception. You must have known that you could not conceal this from myself and Abyssos forever, as well as you know that I cannot allow it to continue. I shall say this but once. Release Erictonios, or else I shall have no choice but to strike you down. I would meet my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time has come, I will have you know the why of it. And you will not desist. Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option. Feelings of one weigh little against the needs of the entire star. Of course, of that I am well aware, but you did not deign to descend from your lofty height simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations. What possessed Athena, peerless researcher and mother to the son of the great Law Habrea, to embark upon the path of her downfall? History will demand an answer, but it's you who deserves one. And give me your hand, La Habrea, and we shall know one another more deeply than before. Ever before. Impossible. You bonded your souls? Aye, that the boundaries between us would cease to be, shall for me everything to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At the moment, my mind was a storm of questions, yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me? I am become the memory and mind. Can you feel it? My heart, all that I am. Yes, as if it were my own. A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend our mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, not a single thought spared for another, for the star. How disappointing. Yet what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains, and when it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the self-same fervor. I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spreads. It was my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion and abide in duty alone. Then I renounce all that I was and live only as La Habrea. Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within a crystal. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go to such lengths to save your memories, you nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Iggy Yorm and Emmett Selk in particular made it plain the suspicions they harbored. As well they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such considerations played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I never attempted such a feat before. Crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry within the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to what was a mistake or doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures, and prepared the vessel beforehand that would accept the dregs of my soul. Abyssos doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should. In truth, he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high. He vowed only of seeing his dear Athena live again, and she might finish what she began. Yet for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to other perspectives. While I wasn't enthralled to Hephaestus, he called out to me. What say you now? Does La Habrea speak true? Yes, and now it's your turn to do the same. I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was best for me, even knowing how I felt about my mother? La Habrea I know had a fatal flaw, after all. I'm still not convinced. I've said all that I can say. Now it's for you to choose to believe me, or not. The La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in his path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say... Thank you, Abyssos. I've heard enough. There is more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandaemonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. Oh, I don't get a free warp? Jerks. Jerks. Alright. I owe you an apology, Arya. It was due to my own experience that Abyssos was so easily able to take a hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Temis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandaemonium, then I would have never known La Habrea's story, my father's story. It was a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Zem upon my return. I cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. I'm afraid I cannot allow that, Elizabeth. As long as you retain control of Pandaemonium, there is work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartaros, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. As well, but I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Abyssos' experiments and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. I intend to destroy the crystal containing Abyssos' essence, so that this mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Abyssos' ether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. There is another. Imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process. Storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. It also means that someone besides the present company, and Azem, was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandaemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are freed. That task may take some time, a resource I'd rather not steal more of from you. Return at your leisure, and we shall share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us and continue upon your journey. And if you are so inclined, take a much needed repose. Talk of journey smacks of Azem. As well it should. She has pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself at the spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Habrea. He may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friends. How did we speak with La Habrea? The crystal that hangs from Arctonius' waist was a gift from me, made in the hopes that it would spark growth in his aptitude for magic. This plainly no longer requires it. See no reason to not wear it for a while longer. Oh, okay, fine. I'll return to Aporia. Alpha, is it here? Here. Ari, excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self. We have not been without our difficulties in your absence. See, communication with the airship Professor Claudian commissioned for a search was lost some time ago, and now we have quite lost track of where he might be. To make matters worse, Nemgigi has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to Aisha Scope, in fact. Please, you must come with me. What is that? Is it real? Wise that would never danger visits the world, you are never far behind. And you two, Professor Claudian's assistants, I take it? As you arrived before me, I take it you were involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. Research summaries submitted to the forum give us no cause for concern. These details are alarming. Professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Abyssos lab, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination. A rash endeavor, even for Claudian. He was ever allowed the thrill to discover the cloud is better judgment. No recourse but to entreat Ishgard's aid in searching for him. As for that unsightly fortress which materialized in the ethereal sea, Pandaemonium, was it? Cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time their investigation has concluded. Very good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here. It's when we need him most. Professor Claudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I'm but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandaemonium's pitiless spire's justice. I wonder if the facility itself traversed the ages, the creations within do the same, but the keywords. Answers to these questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now, I must do as Master Fortuno asked and write that report. As for you, Arya, pray get your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition. In other words, with a higher item level. And yeah, so that's Pandaemonium. I should do as Master Fortuno commanded and file our research before sending it to the forum. Before the forum. Paperwork of all manner has been my forte since before I was even a student. Abyssos and beyond. Arya, may I have a moment? If you'd be so inclined, I would very much like to hear the story of your battles in Abyssos and Tartarus. Well, I have no difficulty producing reports for the forum. With a general summation of events, I could use some help with the finer details for the record, you know. For the record, you say. Come now, be honest and admit to sate your own curiosity. You've seen the tomes you've left scattered about the laboratory. Bestiaries of creations, both real and imagined. I will not, and I dare say should not, deny an intellectual stake in the matter. But surely Arya will understand that a thorough recounting will help Professor Claudian's research as well. Now then, whenever you're ready. Fascinating. As you say, the savage creation you encounter in Abyssos bears more than a few similarities to the carbuncle. Could it be that the arcane entities we know now had their origins in ancient times? This is curiously the story of the keyword who was melded with the Tree of Legend. Where do the limits of the Abyssos creation process lie, I wonder? And how do such creatures even survive once melded? As expected, you cannot help yourself from asking ever more questions. What purpose would such knowledge serve? Oh, Risanad! One day you too shall develop the keen instincts of a researcher. Then you shall understand it is impossible not to wonder once a spark of imagination has been struck. Arya stories have been already set. Those several theories stirring my mind. I feel even more bubbling just under the surface. Take Abyssos, for example. It would not be a great leap to assume that he's only a link the regenerative and death-defying properties of the Phoenix. And that is just the tip of the proverbial berg. You are free to exercise your imagination all you like, but may I remind you, these reports were meant to be submitted to Master Fortuno himself before you exercise restraint. Professor Claudia wouldn't have encouraged me, you know. There are some theories in imagination, but I do understand your point. Reason nod. If I were to submit such reports to Master Fortuno, I would soon thereafter be forced to write a formal apology. Fortuno is more open to wild theories than you think. That may very well be. An academic does not achieve the station he has without a curiosity as deep as the ethereal sea itself, I shall say. Now I should set ink to paper and let the wonder of theory guide my hand. Within reason, of course. Yeah, I cannot help but dream ever larger. There are no bounds to what the mind can imagine. If there are, I suppose strive to find them, Arya. Abyssos Savage is now accessible because I at least wanted to do the unlock scene if I'm not doing it. Oh god. Anyways, oh my god. That is gonna do it for this bit. Yeah, so that is gonna do it for this bit. Next time, there's some little side stuffs in this patch we need to do. So, thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. Consider liking, commenting. How did I get Joker in? Liking, commenting, and or subscribing if you really enjoyed it. Consider supporting the channel. All support really helps to keep being content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below. First of all, as well as links to me on social media. How was this on? I don't even know. There it is. And all the other arrangements. So yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is rinimt signing out.